Hey, what's up, everybody? Today I'm making a video on The Richest Man in Babylon. It's a book I read 2 months ago and that I wished I had read uh, pretty much when I was in high school, middle school, or when I was a little kid. It's a very easy book to read, very short. I actually didn't read it. I mostly listened to it through audiobook, through the Audible book app, and it's a great book. It was written in 1926 by George S. Clarkson. Here's a brief summary. The book remains in so The Richest Man in Babylon is a 1926 book by George S. Clarkson that dispenses financial advice through a collection of parables set 8,000 years ago in ancient Babylon. The book remains in print almost a century after the parables were originally published and is regarded as a classic of personal financial advice. This video is not going to be financial advice, but this video is just a uh, book review, and pretty much I'm gonna be looking at the principles of the book, which are the 7 rules of money, and then on another video or this video, I'll think about it later. I think just another video, it'll be the 5 laws of gold. But for this video, the 7 rules of money, uh, I'm gonna be reading one by one, and then I'm gonna show you how it relates to my life, how I plan to make it part of my life, and hopefully apply it to the rest of my life until I die, and hopefully, you know, I get I get to pretty much fulfill all those goals. So if you're thinking of eventually retiring or having a life where you have time to spend with your family and stuff like that, this may be a book that may help you guide you in the right direction. So let's get started on pretty much the 7 points. We'll go one by one. The first rule, it says start thy purse to fattening, pretty much saying to save your money. Here on this paragraph, I'll read it out loud. This point is actually the crux of the book, the classic principle of paying yourself first. Clarkson recommends saving at least 10% of the income earned. Even in his example of those who are paying off debt, he still advocates setting aside this 1/10. If you want to save money for your future, you must begin by consistently setting aside part of your earnings today. So 10%, even if you're paying off debt already, he suggests that you pretty much pay yourself 10% already. So I think that's a pretty good recommendation. If you're paying off debt, it disciplines you to do both things at the same time, pretty much making you or pretty much forcing you to not spend money on stuff that you don't really want or don't really need. And now you're pretty much going to be looking at your expenses very diligently and not splurging on dumb stuff. So that's pretty much what this says in its first rule. Now let's look at how it applies to me. So saving money, pretty much fattening thy wallet, the first rule. I managed to save $50,000 in 2 years, and half of those $50,000 went to my debt. So I now left with I paid off like $25,000 in debt. Now it's pretty much been 2 years and a month, or 2 years and 2 months, and now I'm left with like 30,000. And with that 30,000, I'll talk more about what I plan to do with that. So the way I was able to do that, I had a job. I worked 60-hour weeks, which pretty much got me like 45,000 a year before taxes, or roughly. Sometimes I think it was probably like close to like 50,000 a year. It depended on the year how hard I worked, and if I was like not getting, the first year I wasn't getting paid that much, and then the second year I got paid more. So I would recommend get a decent job that pays overtime and that lets you pretty much work as much as possible. I was working 60-hour weeks, pretty much 10-hour days, and 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week, even though it's illegal. I was trying to push it. I'll go like at one point I did like 4 months nonstop, 7 days a week. Maybe 2 days out of those 4 months that I took off because a dental appointment, or even then I would go to a dentist and go to work at the same time. So like during my lunch, I'll go to the dentist, get my teeth cleaned or whatever. At the time I had braces. I think I did have braces. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Or if you're hardcore and you don't want to go through the pretty much waiting and you want it now, but you want a high paying job, you gotta have your skills, your salesperson skills. So that's one I would recommend. If you want to be a salesperson, that's a huge potential field. If you are a person with potential, like if you are a person that can talk to people and be a good salesperson, somebody that could really help. For example, a real estate agent is somebody who will make a lot of money if they are good. If not, you will not make any money whatsoever your first year, your second year, until you get better, until you pretty much have the right mindset. So let me talk a little bit of what this did to me. This gave me peace of mind, because having that money now kind of remove some of the problems that I had before, but it brings a whole nother set of new problems. Doesn't make life easier. I'm not any happier than I was back then. I still have goals to go after that, which pretty much make me, still grind. I still work a good amount of hours a week. I work maybe now 50 hours a week around there. Well, actually, with this new job, they pay me 10 hours even though I finished early. So I'm actually working way less and making almost close to how much I was making before. So I like this new job. Same field, same type of job, just delivering packages for Amazon. But it's a new company that does the exact same thing, just different company and different system. Just slightly different. I do gotta say it was very difficult because I was just working, sleeping, eating, working, sleeping, eating nonstop. But I was motivated to just keep going because at the end of the 2 years I would have some money to eventually learn to invest. Let's go on to the next point. Let's go to rule number 2: control the expenditures. Essentially, this is learning to live with your means and avoiding lifestyle inflation. Caution deems lifestyle inflation to be an unusual truth of human states. What each of us calls our necessary expenses will always grow to equal our income unless we protest to the contrary. So this is very true, and this goes in hand in hand with the first rule. And for the second rule, control the expenditures. Here are some examples that I pretty much um, some actions I took in order to control my expenditures. So the reason it goes hand in hand is because if you're keeping the same expenses you currently have right now, you're pretty much going to end up consuming the money that you could be saving. I was essentially saving 50% or more of my income, and it was hard again, but due to the fact that I had a decent paying job, so I recommend that get a decent paying job that pays overtime. That way, it outweighs, if you do fall into like a bad habit of like sometimes splurging on yourself, like eating out and stuff like that. This kind of helps you out by having a high paying job. But I was pretty disciplined and pretty good at keeping my expenses low. Here are some things I did. I would cook at home, get groceries that are cheap. This means you gotta learn how to cook. Ask your mom, dad how to cook. Look up videos on YouTube. You have YouTube, which is a great resource. I would not go out at fancy restaurants. If I would eat out, I would eat out a lot of McDonald's. Now I don't eat a lot of McDonald's. I don't know if this is true, but like I noticed that when I eat a lot of McDonald's, I'll get like eczema, rashes here, my armpits, neck, my behind my knees, or any other type of junk food. I just try to avoid it. I try to eat from home. I meal prep on a Sunday. I'll go get the groceries, and I'll prepare a ton of food, put them all in Tupperware, and it'll last me a whole week. So I'll do this every week nonstop. I have a list on my phone of the things I want to get. It's very organized. I may have a video on that. I'm not sure. You should check, but like make a list on your notes on your book on your phone. That way, when you go to the grocery store, you can look at like, okay, these are the things that I can constantly get: your milk, your nuts, your carbs, your fats, your meats, stuff like that. Another thing is I would not buy clothes. So actually, some of the clothes I had was pretty much donated after my apartment burned down in 2016. I was pretty much had to start from zero, like with clothes. So people donated clothes, and I pretty much kept it, and I still have some of it till now. And it's great. Like it kind of taught me to like just stick to this set of clothes you have, and it pretty much prevents me from thinking of what I have to wear in the morning. I don't have to worry about like, oh, should I wear this? Should I wear that? I just go like, oh, just grab this. I don't care how I look, honestly. I don't care how I dress, nothing like that. That's not important to me. And that goes in hand with the next part is not having a girlfriend. I didn't have a girlfriend. I mean, I did have a girlfriend, but I was super cheap. That like, she probably got tired of me being super cheap. Like, I mean, I didn't care. Like, I didn't even want a girlfriend, but that was just like, whatever. Let's just give it a try. But even then, I did not try to like be like, okay, I have a girlfriend, so let me just treat her like hell no. You know, I'm gonna stick to my rules. I'm gonna stick to my routine. I'm not gonna let having a girlfriend be a reason to like, waste money. So, if you have a girlfriend and she is supportive, then great. But if you see like it's a distraction, if it's something that's causing you to spend more money, um, and you don't see yourself getting anywhere, like you should talk to them and explain what you really want to do. Otherwise, if there's other things that are negative, you shouldn't be with the wrong person. Honestly, you will find somebody better, and know that in the future there's always another opportunity for another person, a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever goes. This is for girls and guys, doesn't matter. Next part is no new car. So I never owned a new car. I have a used car that I bought on Craigslist. Well, my first car I had I bought on Craigslist for $1,100 in Hammett. Drove all the way over there, and it lasted me a good, what is it, from 2016 or 2015, something like that, like maybe 5 years. I put like 45,000 miles on it, and it ran great. And now, like, just 2 months ago, I sold it for $220. The radiator blew up, but it's cool. I didn't end up paying so much for insurance, which, when you buy a new car, you have to get full coverage, which is a lot, like $200 a month. And then you also have to pay your interest and your monthly payments on that car. It just And then maintenance requests. It's just so much money that's getting eaten up just by having a new car, when you could just get a new used car on Craigslist, and that's good enough. Another thing I did is, I just would get liability insurance with my used car. Next one is get cheap phone plans. So you can get a cheap phone plan. That's a good idea. And also buy stuff you need on Craigslist. So Craigslist is a good place. You can even get free stuff. You need a sofa, get a free sofa. If you need a guitar, somebody will be willing to give you a free guitar. Go to Goodwill. Laptops on eBay, laptops on Facebook. Don't get scammed, of course. Make sure you do your research. Make sure you meet the people in person and you investigate what's going on and do your due diligence. So, with that, let's go to the next rule. Rule number 3: make thy goal multiply. Your wealth should extend beyond your income. Put your money to work by making smart investments and taking advantage of time and compounding interest. This is something I'm currently not on that level yet, and I'm right now. I'm just still saving money, still fattening thy wallet. I plan to get to like maybe $200,000. If I don't know, that's just like maybe I'm far away from that, so that's probably like 5 years from now. I don't know, but who knows? Maybe in a year or two, anything could happen. So currently in the process of learning to trade stocks and forex. That's something I'm learning right now on the side. So right now I'm doing delivering for Amazon packages. So that's my 9 to 5, and then I pretty much learn on the side to trade stocks and forex, so that I can multiply the money I have by investing that money, pretty much flipping stocks, flipping forex currencies. And that's pretty much it for that part. Everything else is just things I plan to do. I'm still currently in cutting expenses and saving money. I'm still in those 2 steps. These are probably the first 2 steps are the hardest ones, because it's a grind, man. After you know you see, it takes motivation basically to want to keep going, and you should have a deadline set aside, and you should have calculated how long it's going to take you to reach that saving goal. But at the same time, you want to have a saving goal, and you want to have a plan what you plan to do with that money, either stocks, real estate, who knows? So first learn what you plan to do with that. So next rule, number 4, guard thy treasures from loss. Here the book encourages the protection of principles from loss. It is easy to criticize this idea, as most of us feel that investment vehicles that have potential to lose value, such as stocks, are essential parts of the balanced portfolio. If you take bigger picture view, however, the lesson becomes more palatable. The penalty of risk is potential of loss. Know your risk aversion and understand the risk in your portfolio. So for me, I trade stocks and forex, so I just try to cut my losses. So I put right here, I try to limit myself from taking many losses. I do take losses. I do lose money. I'm still not profitable, and it's just a matter of learning. And I'm pretty much I could in practice with a fake account and lose fake money, but I want to know and train my emotions with real money. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to practice with real money. And if I get to a point where, like, you know what, this is not really working out, let me go to fake money and just practice that. So I'll do that. And but right now, I'm still okay with practicing with real money, because it's more intense and it trains me to be disciplined and understand the game and to get my emotions involved. And even though I shouldn't, I just trying to train to stay calm, relax. It's just money, it's just paper. But I limit myself. Like, okay, at this point, I'm gonna just get out and stop, get out, close my computer and leave and start working. So that's that for that part. Number 5, make thy dwelling a profitable investment. This means where you live. This is yet another debate principle. Carlson's argument is that it makes more sense to make payments that it will eventually become equity rather than giving money to the landlord. Rather than getting sucked into renting versus owning debate, I will defer a Scrooge strategy tip and say, run the damn numbers and see which method makes sense for you at this particular point in your life. So for me, I rent with roommates, and that's a big reason I'm saving a lot of money, because I only paid $350 for this closet space. It's great, I don't mind it. And if you can find roommates that you trust, great, do that, and you'll save money. I live in California, so it's highly expensive here in this area in Southern California. I can't afford a house with my type of income. I would have to be making at least 120,000 a year, or have a partner that makes the remaining balance to make up that 120,000 a year, and that's barely to afford a house without a co-signer, of course. And yeah, so right now I'm okay with just renting, so that works out for me. What did I put here? I put I live with roommates, and if I could, I'd buy a house, but in an affordable location, like somewhere in the center of the country, like Kansas, and then rent out rooms to college students. Here, I would, if I were able to afford a house and get a loan on it, I would do that, rent out rooms. But I can't even get a loan because my income doesn't qualify me for that. I already tried. I already done it for like with 3 different lending officers, and it just doesn't work. The most they were willing to lend me, I think, was 240,000 in Southern California. Yeah, that's not gonna get you anywhere. All right, next point. Um, ensure a future income. This boils down to retirement planning and insurance. Due to the fact that insurance didn't exist in ancient Babylon, Carlson doesn't dive into this point much at all. But that's a very important point. Basically what I said is I like to get dividends from stocks. If at some point I'm making so much money from trading stocks or forex, which I don't know yet if I will. It's just a matter of practicing and getting to learn the process. I would love to get into investing into dividend stocks like Coca-Cola, Apple, and such stocks like that would pay out a dividend every 3 months, and that'd be awesome. Build a portfolio that grows in equity and wealth and like just appreciation, and then also pays out dividends. And also, I would like to get properties that cash flow, pay me rental. I get rental income. So either here, that's pretty much in the future. First is like fatten thy wallet, and then fatten thy wallet even more by flipping, investing, whatever, or improving your skills, like making money through real estate, such and such. Another thing I would like to ensure my income in the future when I get old is cash flow from my business. If I could learn the skills to run a business, that would be awesome. But that's something that I can't really think about right now. I just gotta worry about learning to trade stocks and forex and working my butt off at my 9 to 5. So it's a process. It's a thing that's gonna take years, and um, I just gotta do day by day, take it day by day. Can't really worry about what's gonna happen in the future. I just know that these are some things that I'm thinking about. Next point is increase the ability to earn. Position yourself to make more money by improving your skills and making yourself more employable. Training yourself to go to classes, take jobs on the side, whatever you choose. Set specific and measurable performance goals and start working to earn more money. I think this rule should be like next to like 2 or 1, because it's pretty much just telling you to like learn to earn more. Whether it's earn more through your business, earn more through your job, earn more through your sales, whatever it is, your side gig. Just learn, invest in yourself, invest in your self education. So buy courses that are going to train you to be a better accountant, to train you to be a better salesperson, to be a better stock trader. I mean, I haven't bought trading courses or anything like that. It's mostly me learning by myself, taking losses. I probably should buy a course. I have, seen a lot of YouTubers, and I get what they're explaining, so I don't think I need anything that they're teaching. But we'll see. Maybe in the future, I'll probably buy a course, but I don't think I need it because I'm still have things to test out and practice. So, I wrote down. I got my real estate license just in case. Let's say stocks and forex doesn't really work out, and even if it does, I'll still do real estate. I'll do, if I'm profitable in forex and stocks, I will leave my current job. If I could replace that income with stocks and forex, and then become a real estate license agent. I already have my license. I would just have to actually join a broker and start selling houses, because I think it's not necessarily for the money, but more for the networking, working with people. It's something that would improve my personal, confidence. It will improve me as my speaking. It will improve my ability just to network with people, and through that, you get to know people who run businesses, to people who know about investing in stocks and mainly businesses, even real estate. So like real estate is also an investment vehicle. I'll get to learn those kind of things through real estate, and I'm more than open to that. But eventually, hopefully in the future, and then of course I'm learning to trade and learning every day to improve. Every day I try to look at stock charts and practice trends and stuff like that. But it's a process. So that's pretty much it for this review of the book. I know it's a long video, but I just really wanted to share how this book relates to me. So with that, I'll leave you and see you on the next video. Thank you for liking this video. Thank you for subscribing. For y'all subscribers, I have like 124 subscribers. That's awesome. If this is your first time watching this video, subscribe, and thank you for pressing the like button, because I know you're gonna press it, right? All right, bye bye.